And that's exactly what has happened. There are fans leaving the stadium now because they have just had enough.
From winning a European title,
Bentancur's made a little scurry here into the Manchester United box. What run. Sarr delivers the cross in towards Brennan Johnson. It's in! The full-time whistle, and Spurs have won the Europa League. It's salvation for Spurs in Bilbao, and after a 17-year wait, they finally win a major trophy. They will play in the Champions League next season. Perfect moment, and he kisses the big silver trophy. And with his teammates all around him, he lifts it high into the Bilbao night air. It's a moment to cherish for everyone.
to not even winning games.
Do you feel that was a fairly gutless performance?
I'll go further, Paul. It's the kind of performance that got Nuno sacked at Tottenham. The obvious, this isn't working, to this isn't going to work.
I said when he first came in, what his success looked like, even if he took him to 12th. I mean, 12th now, we're dreaming about 12th.
Tottenham's overall expenditure is roughly that of a mid-table Premier League club. So they're underperforming because they should be at least in the mid-table, and at the moment, they're in danger, Mike.
Tottenham Hotspur has always been one of the most fascinating clubs in English football. With a huge fan base, a modern billion-pound stadium, and moments of brilliance over the years, Spurs have often looked like a club on the edge of greatness. But at the same time, Tottenham has also carried a reputation that has followed them for decades. A reputation for coming close to glory but never quite finishing the job. Fans have seen incredible players, exciting football, and promising seasons, only for things to fall apart when it matters most. For years, Tottenham supporters waited for a moment that would finally change that narrative. A moment that would prove the club could win something meaningful again. And in 2025, that moment finally arrived when Tottenham lifted the UEFA Europa League trophy, ending a long drought without major silverware. For one night, Spurs fans could celebrate without doubt. Or criticism. Tottenham were European champions, and it felt like the club had finally taken a huge step forward. But fast forward to today, and the situation looks completely different. Instead of building on that success, Tottenham are now facing one of the most worrying downturns in the club's modern history.
With those results, Forest got a great point away at Manchester City. West Ham winning as well. It's really made it very... I mean, look at it now. It's West Ham have got to 28, Forest 28, Tottenham 29. Leeds has lost as well, didn't they? They're 31. Spurs really do need a result in this game.
Massive.
I mean, you'll know by the time you hear this what's happened, but God dear, I mean,
that has put the pressure right on that result.
I do worry. I'm really worried.
What a win.
To understand why this current crisis feels so dramatic, you have to look back at the expectations surrounding Tottenham over the past decade. Spurs have long been considered part of England's so-called Big Six, competing with clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool. The club invested heavily in infrastructure, building one of the most advanced stadiums in world football, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which many believed would mark the beginning of a new golden era. For a while, it really did look like Tottenham were heading toward greatness. Under the leadership of Mauricio Pochettino, Spurs played some of the most exciting football in Europe. The team was built around talented stars like Harry Kane, Son Heung-min, Dele Alli, and Christian Eriksen. They pressed aggressively, attacked with speed, and regularly challenged the top teams in the Premier League. The peak of that era came in 2019 when Tottenham reached the final of the UEFA Champions League final. For Spurs supporters, this felt like the moment the club had finally arrived on the biggest stage in European football.
Such a sense of anticipation for this one.
Yeah, I think as you look around, Madrid, incredibly vibrant city, but everybody's here for one reason, it's for this. You cannot wait.
Mane with the first foray forward for Liverpool, and the referee's given a penalty for a handball by Sissoko. Salah against Lloris, and he scores, and Liverpool make the perfect start to the Champions League final, and it's Mo Salah in Madrid for Liverpool. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Liverpool 1, and Liverpool score first blood in the final.
There's no messing around there. He wasn't being...
Alexander-Arnold fancied the shot, hits it well enough as well. Right across the Tottenham goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Stop here because we have someone on the pitch. Salah tussling over there with Vertonghen and was keen to shoot again after his turn. Sadio Mane, Gini Wijnaldum. In by Robertson, it's a good ball, it was well dealt with by Danny Rose. Had to defend the far post for Tottenham, really solidly there, the England left back. Past the Liverpool defender, but it's allowed Robertson to run forward and hit one. And Lloris had to tip it over the bar. Hasn't scored yet this season, Robertson, from the other side, so it's an outswinger, which is headed away by Son. Salah, Alexander-Arnold with another outswinger. Salah with another shot. The deflection, the other side, Danny Rose, but Dele Alli didn't see him. Eriksen, who's normally so much more. Fabinho spots some space and hits the shot and the deflection. And the save. It's a good ball for Salah. Firmino and Mane are coming up there. Salah went himself. Robertson. In towards Mane. Good goalkeeping. Hugo Lloris had to get down there and collect it cleanly. Corner taken by Trippier. Punched away by Alisson. Rose with the shot. Salah on this side with him. Well, it was fizzed off the head there of Alderweireld away from Eriksen. It's a good run missed by Mane. Salah, Milner with an opportunity. Just wide. Hugo Lloris wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah, brilliant by Mane. Skip past Eriksen really easy. Too easily.
To Kane, and they've got runners here. Heung-min Son. And then Dele Alli lifts it in, spinning all the way through and into the arms of Alisson.
I think Son has to take the responsibility here. He seemed to create the angle for himself.
Alderweireld's ball. Handball by Son after the misjudgment by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who got away with Tottenham trying to get bodies into the middle. Dele Alli was one of them, and it was a cross that was just a little bit too high for him.
Yeah, I don't know whether the goalie gives a foul there.
Here's Son. Son with a shot, good save. First real job for Alisson, and then Moura! And he's down to make another one. One Brazilian denies another Brazilian, and Liverpool stay ahead.
Well, it's woke those fans up.
Here's Son, gets away from Fabinho, and then hits a tame shot straight, stays in the middle too. There's extra height in there for Tottenham now. Danny Rose caught there by Milner. And the decision does go. It's Eriksen, and it's a good free kick. It was well saved by Alisson.
Was a good save.
Was it going on target?
I think it was just sneaking wide.
Yeah.
By just a little bit. Struck it well. It's just off the line. He was probably trying to hit.
Penalty area for Tottenham. And it's in towards Moura, and it's headed wide by Son. Flag was up anyway.
Yeah. I don't know who misses the ball for Liverpool. Let's have a look.
Here's Andy Robertson for Liverpool. Put behind by Danny Rose. He wasn't too sure where Mo Salah was.
He did well, Rose.
Son with a header again. Van Dijk on the follow-up. Vertonghen's arm was raised in there. Origi with a chance! And surely that wins it for Liverpool! Divock Origi, semi-final hero against Barcelona, is the hero in the final for Liverpool against Tottenham. Spurs 0, Liverpool 2, and surely the championship of Europe is Liverpool's.
Scruffy goal, indicative of the game really.
Matip with the challenge. Damian Scamina unimpressed by the Kane fall.
I'm not sure it's the occasion.
Now Danny Rose. Rose with a shot on his right foot, and a comfortable save there for Alisson. It's going to be the 6th win in the competition for Liverpool, unless we have the most dramatic of Champions League final finishes. And there's a good save by Alisson. A shot that was just moving across him from Kane. Kane shot straight at Alisson.
Yeah.
Well, they can't say they haven't had opportunities.
Yeah, but not
in the second. Well, there it is. It's Liverpool's night. Silverware is the currency of success in football, and Liverpool have just hit the Champions League jackpot. It's number 6. It's a brilliant night for the team. A group of players has been so good with the greatest prize in club football. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool's king to the cop are champions of Europe once again.
disappointment when Tottenham lost to Liverpool. That defeat turned out to be the beginning of a difficult period for the club.
It's not true that we didn't want to win titles like Carabao Cup or FA. The problem was that we were focusing too many places. It's to build the stadium. It's to move to Wembley. We play in Milton Keynes some games. I remember that all the fans moving around, and it was really difficult for everyone. In the same time, you know very well when that is unsettled, that situation is difficult to keep performing with the team. Not too much money to invest in player. If not, we were very creative in all this type of situation. I think we were very successful, and that I think we create very good emotions with the fans. I think that is why it's so special, Spurs, because we live a moment that when I was very young coach from Southampton, where we came, and Daniel really trust in us and give the confidence and the patience for us to provide, to show our quality like our coaches.
You want to win the Premier League, and Tottenham now have the facilities to win the Premier League. Let's see what the Universal Energy does.
Now we are focusing USA.
Exactly.
And we are going for the World Cup.
After that Champions League run, Tottenham struggled to maintain stability. Managers came and went, each trying to fix the same problems. The club appointed high-profile names such as José Mourinho and Antonio Conte, hoping their experience would bring success.
If they want to continue in this way, they can change manager, a lot of manager, but the situation cannot change. Believe me. You try to find alibi or an excuse for the players. Okay, continue to do this. To find excuse for the players. You do only this. Excuse for the players. Yeah, but the players maybe my future, and then okay, they lost confidence, they lost spirit, they lost to be a team. Excuse. Try to protect every time. They don't want to play under pressure. They don't want to play under stress. Yeah, it's easy in this way. And Tottenham story is this: 20 years that there is the owner and never won something. But why? Only for the fault is only for the club or for every manager that stay here. And now, until now, I try to hide the situation, but now no, because I repeat, I don't want to see what I have seen today, because this is unacceptable. Also for the respect for the fans. They follow us, pay the tickets. There are 10 games to go, and something thinks that we can fight. We can fight for what? With this spirit, with this attitude, with this commitment. For what? For the 7th, 8th place, 9th place? I'm not used to this position. It's time to change the situation if Tottenham wants to change. If they want to continue in this way, they can change manager, a lot of manager, but the situation cannot change, believe me.
But when you look at the expenditure, particularly in their wages structure, they're not a big club. I saw that because when we were trying to sign players, we weren't in the market for those players.
But instead of building a long-term project, Tottenham seemed stuck in a cycle of short-term fixes. The team often looked inconsistent, brilliant in one match and completely lost in the next. Fans grew frustrated as the club struggled to find a clear identity on the pitch.
If they don't get rid of this manager tonight, by the end of February, there'll be a massive relegation battle, and those players, who, by the way, are a disgrace, haven't got the bottle for it. Now, you can laugh at me, but if one of those bottom three puts a run together with 3 or 4 results, we're banging it, and those players haven't got the bottle.
We're 8 points away from West Ham, but we're only 8 points away from 4th. So I still feel like...
Okay, you can... I
still feel like we're on the fence of up or down here. Do you know what I mean?
What, you think you can either go down or go...
How do you think it's on the fence of up? We've won, do you know, since April 2025, yeah? Spurs have won 2 games in the league at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and so have West Ham.
We are at a crossroads. What do you do?
Right.
Do you sack the manager?
You sack the manager. Because can you see that team? Can you see that team going on a run of 3 or 4 wins at the moment? No, you can't. Nobody can. And I'm the most optimistic Spurs fan. What happens to the bottom 3 at this time of year is one of them puts a run together. Happens most seasons, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then came the 2024 to 2025 season, one of the strangest seasons in Tottenham's history. Domestically, the club struggled badly in the Premier League, performing far below expectations. But in Europe, the story was completely different. Tottenham suddenly came alive in the UEFA Europa League. The team went on an incredible run, defeating several strong opponents on the way to the final. Against the odds, Spurs kept advancing, and fans started believing something special could happen. The final took place in Bilbao, Spain, and Tottenham faced Manchester United in an all-English showdown. The match was tense and full of pressure, with both teams desperate to claim the trophy. Eventually, Tottenham managed to take the lead thanks to a decisive moment that sent their supporters into celebration.
Bentancur's made a little scurry here into the Manchester United box. What run. Sarr delivers the cross in towards Brennan Johnson. It's in! The full-time whistle, and Spurs have won the Europa League. It's salvation for Spurs in Bilbao, and after a 17-year wait, they finally win a major trophy. They will play in the Champions League next season. Perfect moment, and he kisses the big silver trophy. And with his teammates all around him, he lifts it high into the Bilbao night air. It's a moment to cherish for everyone.
When the final whistle blew, Spurs had done it. They were Europa League champions. The victory ended a 17-year wait for a major trophy and delivered Tottenham's first European title in decades. For Spurs fans, that night felt like the end of years of frustration. The jokes about Tottenham never winning anything finally seemed to fade away. Players celebrated on the pitch, supporters sang in the stands, and it looked like Tottenham had finally taken a huge step forward as a club. But football can change very quickly. Instead of using that victory as the foundation for future success, Tottenham soon began to stumble. The momentum that usually follows a European triumph never really arrived. Problems that had existed for years started to reappear. Recruitment decisions were questioned, performances became inconsistent, and the team began to struggle once again in the Premier League. The current season has exposed those problems more than ever before. Tottenham have gone through one of the worst runs of form in their recent history, losing crucial matches and dropping points in games they were expected to win. At times,